right. Hope everybody is doing well. Day 2 scripture here. I'm Jamie. It's good to see you guys here today. Hopefully Demolition Day went well. I know a lot of times breaking down and tearing those walls cause quite a mess. And in the midst of it, those initial hits are hard. I spent a lot of time crying myself, and there's nothing wrong with that, just as long as you've got it all out. So we're going to go through a couple of scriptures here. The first one is John 2. 18 through 20. It reads this. Then answered the Jews and said unto him, What sign showest thou unto us, seeing that thou doest these things? Jesus answered and said unto him, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Then said the Jews, 46 years was the temple in building, and wilt thou rear it up in 3 days? So there's a couple of aspects here. One, Jesus tells us that, the Jews are asking, what are you going to show us? What are you going to show us? What is that, that thing that's going to be, that magnificent event that's going to happen? And one, you've come into this challenge because you want to save your marriage. That shows that there's a heartbeat still. Because there's a lot of people out there who just don't care. They throw in the towel and they give up. Okay? So that's one. And two, you've gone through the demolition process. You can't rebuild a house until you tear the old one down. And so that's what we're seeing here. Jesus said, destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Now this is only a 14-day challenge here. This is relatively short in comparison to the length we want your marriage to last. But in these 14 days, you can see a magnificent change. It can literally change the course of your marriage. And so he's saying that he will destroy the temple, because you can't build it new until you destroy the one that's already there. And two, he will raise it up. And that is one of the main aspects here, is that you have to let the Lord raise it up. If he doesn't raise it up, it'll probably just fall again. Because what do we know? Those who build their foundation on sand, it just washes away. But when you build your foundation on the rock and let him raise it up, that is when you have true success in the making. And again, in verse 20, when he says that it took 46 years to build the first temple, that's man-made. And when we're talking Lord's time here, he can be quick and proficient. There are some things that take longer, but he doesn't need length of time. Our lives are but a vapor in the wind, a blink of his eye. So we must believe that he can, and then allow him to. The next verse, Isaiah 48:10. Reads, Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. This is a very, if you really sit and let this verse sink in, This is very, very interesting because refinement is necessary. We must be refined. But it's not this peaches and cream. He says, not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace, hot, blazing furnace of affliction. This is going to get hard. This may get harder for others than some, but anything worth fighting for is a tough road. It really is. The Lord tells us that narrow is the path to righteousness and few will find it. Okay? We are chosen in the furnace of affliction. There is no marriage too far gone to be saved. That is something that you've got to remember. No matter what is going on, your marriage is not too far gone to be saved. He can, if we would apply his word and allow him to do the work. Okay? In fact, those afflictions are what have the potential to make you shiny and strong. So if you understand what refinement is, it will make you shiny and strong. Have you ever seen a piece of pottery that's put into a kiln? It's dull. And it's weak. And if you take it out of the kiln too early, it's going to break a lot easier than if you let it sit in there for a longer period, for the full period of time. And then it comes out and it's shiny and it's strong. And that's what you want. So be sure to use your word method to go deeper with the scriptures here. And a couple of questions to help you meditate a little bit more on the scriptures. Do you possess the hope and belief that Jesus can bring your marriage back to life? Do you possess the hope and belief that Jesus can bring your marriage back to life? It's an essential. What is your honest to goodness answer to that? And then, are you willing to stay in the fire? Stay in the fire. Rest assured, if you are, Jesus will be in the fire with you. Okay, that's day 2. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.